I'm Allie Duzette, and I wanted to take a quick minute this morning to talk to you about polarity. Okay, everyone hopefully knows that a magnet has two poles, right? A south pole and a north pole. And the polarity of a magnet is what makes it magnetic, okay? North poles attract south poles, and that's how the magnets stick together, right? Um, so one thing that many people are not aware of is that because that is a fundamental nature of magnets, everything with an electromagnetic field also has a polarity. So what is one thing that has an electromagnetic field? The human body. So all of our bodies actually have electromagnetic fields. Every one of our individual cells has an electromagnetic field. When we're dealing with electromagnetic fields, it's really important that the fields are north-south polar. And so that's why when you hear people talking about resetting polarity, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about if your polarity is off, it means that kind of all of your cells in your whole system and your own whole body's electromagnetic field as a whole is backwards or off. So you can have north-south polarity, and you can have south-north polarity, and you can have east-west polarity and west-east polarity, and you can have your polarity kind of spinning around and kind of aimless. So you might be north-south this morning, but tomorrow you might be south-north, or you might be east-west in the afternoon. And it just kind of depends on your own personal body and what your own personal body is doing with its polarity. So, so polarity is important because it is one of the things that has to be right for you to be able to muscle test accurately. So I get a lot of questions from people who have trouble muscle testing. When you have trouble muscle testing, it all comes down to three things. Take note. The first one is grounding, the second one is hydration, and the third one is polarity. You have to be fully grounded, you have to be well hydrated, and you have to have north-south polarity. And if you don't have these three things, even if you have two of them, you're grounded and you're hydrated, but you're not properly polarized, or you're properly polarized and you're grounded, but you're not hydrated, your muscle testing is going to be all over the place and you can't trust it. So being able to understand polarity is really important, and having the proper polarity is also important. Now, you can muscle test on your own polarity, but remember that if your polarity is off, your muscle testing will not be accurate. So, so that is one thing to keep in mind. But one way that people will often muscle test that is with the sway test, which is where your body sways forward or back. If your polarity is north-south, typically your body will sway forward for yes and backwards for no. If your polarity is south-north, that's when you get yes for no, or sorry, forward for no, and you lean back for yes. And when you have an east-west polarity, that's when you get those times where people sway side to side instead of swaying forward and back. So if you've ever done a muscle test, sway test, you just stand up, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and tune in with yourself, and allow yourself to sway based on what your question. So you would say, like, my name is Allie. That's my name. So I should sway forward for yes. My body does kind of naturally move forward for yes. If I say I'm Kermit the Frog, whoo, my body pushes me back. And so that's a good test that you can do. Tune in with yourself and ask, like, am I, your name, and see which way your body sways. And it's going to sway whatever means yes for your body. If it sways forward, then hopefully that means you're north-south polar, but it doesn't automatically mean you are. But if it sways backwards for, I am whoever I am, then that's a sure sign that your polarity is super off. If your body is giving you yes answers for I am Kermit the Frog, you know that something is off. So that's a little bit about polarity for you. I have a polarity session that is available, and I'm really excited about it. We'll be working through the reasons why people get off in their polarity, and then we're going to be resetting the polarity, and you can rewatch this as many times as you need, but hopefully you'll only need once. Once your body really understands how to handle its polarity without going all over the place, I find that no matter what kind of traumas come up, it's pretty rare for your polarity to be all over the place once you really teach it the right way to be polarized. So check the information below for the details on that. And yeah, pay extra attention to your own polarity. See if you close your eyes and ask your body what polarity you are. See if you hear that little voice in your head give you a hint. And I would always trust that little voice in your head that tells you, you know, I think you're east west, or you know what, you're south north polar today. Maybe you need to check on your polarity, or your polarity is spot on. Good work. So so anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks for spending a moment learning about polarity, and I hope that you have a great day.